I found real life, yeah, I found real life. I found it, I found it. I found real life, yeah, I found real love. I found it, I found it. Yeah. I know the way that it goes. You're broken and feeling alone. Sometimes I'm feeling like I might have left me. Holding my chest, take a breath, I feel empty. But I promise you'll never let go. And I promise you're never alone. I put aside what the world had to offer. I found real love in the arms of the Father. Yeah, no cap, tired of feeling sad at night. Crying out to add at night. I need something to satisfy. I need you to put me together, I'm broken. All in my head and I can't even focus. I wanna live and not go through the motions. Wanna believe in the word that you've spoken. I swear I try, but I'm falling short. So take my life, Jesus, I'm all yours. I don't wanna waste my time listening to all the lies. Love is patient, love is kind, never failing. Love is gone. I know the way that it goes. You're broken and feeling alone. Sometimes I'm feeling like I might have left me. Holding my chest, take a breath, I feel empty. But I promise you'll never let go. And I promise you're never alone. I put aside what the world had to offer. I found real love in the arms of the Father. Yeah, okay, I'm a mess for real, for real. Falling in sin, I push you away. Fighting these demons I can't seem to kill. Yeah, they haunt me, skeletons in my closet. I'm just so exhausted, feeling like I lost it. Used to believe what I could see, followed the world, they lied to me. Breath in my lungs, I can breathe. I can't believe that you died for me. I don't deserve it, so far from perfect. World said I'm worthless, but you say I'm worth it. Yeah, hey, I know the way that it goes. You're broken and feeling alone. Sometimes I'm feeling like I might have left me. Holding my chest, take a breath, I feel empty. But I promise you'll never let go. And I promise you're never alone. I put aside what the world had to offer. I found real love in the arms of the Father.
You in the world passes you by. I won't shy away from looking in your eye. Oh, I know my love isn't pretty, but I know this is what pleases you. Oh, you are rejected by many, but I'll be the few that loves you.
I said I'm locked in this other thought, running through the things that fade away. I don't wanna talk, talking to my God, that's every day. In a sitting crowd, it's been really loud, I hear my name. You've been calling out, every shout seems to fade away.
Okay, fade away just like I'm hardened. Stuck up in this place with an empty plate, you know I'm starving. For you, and all of what you do. And I just need your word in me, cause I want the truth. Ooh, ooh.
You in the world passes you by. I won't shy away from looking in your eye. Oh, I know my love isn't pretty, but I know this is what pleases you. Oh, you are rejected by many, but I'll be the few that loves you.
Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feels like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feel like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. These shadows beat me black and blue, feeling like there's nothing I can do. Living life like it's been nothing new. I got a lot of problems, but don't know how to solve them. I've been trapped in my head. All these shadows, they all want me dead. And these monsters underneath my bed. God save me, don't think I can. Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feels like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feel like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. Yeah, pray I don't ever lose it. And it's times it's so confusing.
Yo, what's up, guys? We're gonna be streaming here soon. I'm just getting ready. Gotta go grab a water, and I will be back. Hello, Ria. Hello, Amin. What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome. I'll be right back. Enjoy the song. BRB.
Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feel like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. Feel like my life been in the shadows. Lately it's so hard, feel like I'm fighting all these battles. Scars all on my face for all the times I bit the apple. Gotta watch for snakes, they try to lure you with the rattles. Shadows.
Hey. How's it going, everyone? How's it going? How are y'all today? Ria, welcome. Amin, what's up, buddy? Yes, Russell, I love you. I'm working, buddy. I'm working here, you stinky puppy, you. Fuzzy Wuzzy. All right, Fuzzy Wuzzy. I'm working, Fuzz. So, guys, today we're looking a little bit at wave collapse function. Ria says, I'm doing good, keeping busy. That's good to hear. A lot of chores to do around the home, or... Right now we're messing with a little bit of a wave collapse function. We're going to switch over the music, even though it's funny. I get a lot of copyright strikes from YouTube from this stuff, this lo-fi stuff, right? But I don't get nothing from the Christian music. And I'm like, why is that? Yep, always. Yeah. That's how it feels with my house. It's always dirty. It's always dirty and it's never clean. When are they going to invent those robots that clean for us and do the things that we don't want to do? So right now I'm just creating some wave collapse functions, or actually a texture, to give the wave collapse function so it knows how to operate. And just to kind of give you guys an idea of what my mindset on this is. So I'm trying to create a game where we have essentially a 2D platform, right? We have our instance where we're in the center of the world. This is going to be our mountains. You know, sky is going to be up here. But we're still going to have some stuff up here in this area, right? That the player can move around. These are the different types of variations. But I also want to have the ability for the player to go down. This will be like more underground type terrain. You know, you'll see roots in here, different enemies, stuff like that. So yeah, we're creating this flow where the character can move in between these areas, right? So hopefully we're going to test out this wave collapse function. What I have set up here in Houdini was watching a video. I was watching a video. And how you doing today, Amin? What's cracking, man? What is cracking? Actually, let's get rid of that and go right here. Because I guess players should be able to come through this way too. I wanted to create... I was hoping I could create some roundedness, but I think I'll need a lot more. But that's one of the reasons why we're playing with this. Kind of want to see what we can do and how we can use the wave collapse function to get results. And in case you didn't know what wave collapse function is, it's kind of like procedural generation, I guess you could say. So I'm trying to create all these ideas of what a level in a world could look like. And I'm thinking like some of this stuff is going to, copy over. And we're going to see a lot of this. Spread randomly throughout a world. So let's go ahead and export this as a PNG to a specific hidden location. It's got to be secret. I'm going to make what's his face mad. He's going to see Untitled 1 and lose his mind. Mr. Syntaxed. By the way, I know I've already said this, Ria, but your garden is coming along really good. I just like the overall composition. The right one, the right one I felt like when I was looking at it right now, I felt the right one looked a little bit darker. But then I was like, no, is it the textures that are doing that? But I feel like the lighting's the same. It might be just that the light is the lighting different in the left and right? Or is it the textures? Because I like the textures, like the wood textures on the planter, the metal texture on that table, as well as the pots. Man, this looks great. Let's go ahead and just, I don't know. Where would I put this? Textures. I need to go and at some point, honestly, just reorganize all my folders, delete a lot of things so I can open up space. Let's see. We have our wave collapse function. Why are you yelling at me? Wave collapse function 1. By the way, guys, I added in that good sky And this is what it looks like now. I'm thinking we mess with the shaders. I feel like that's a part of world building, even though it's just lighting. But yeah, you can change everything with this. That's the one thing I'm like, I don't know how to do that, so I'll probably use something for it. But when it comes to stuff for the character, I want those to be a little bit more specific. The world, I want it to be a little bit more specific. I think I can get away with the skybox, even though I'd like to make it more 3D feel with some more volumetric, maybe clouds. I know that's kind of like, oh, you don't want to do that in a mobile game. Maybe we look at it. Something else. Okay, so it says we can save from a texture. Oh, we don't want a texture on that one. It's this one. We need to go ahead and find that texture. Textures. Wave collapse. Boom. So this is definitely a 32 by 32. And then we can come in here. And we're going to be watching like a little video on this. Labs 2D wave function collapse. So this is the output grid. That's this grid. And now it's currently solving. It either breaks. Oh. That's pretty interesting. Ria says the lighting might have been a tiny bit different, but between them, I think it was mostly the textures changing it. Yeah, I didn't know, but I do like the lighting on the left one a little bit more because I just feel like it brings out the entire architecture of that greenhouse, and it just really showcases the beauty of each object in there. Yeah, I absolutely love this. Just like these little details here, like superb, in my opinion. Yeah, I cannot. I know it's probably like, oh, I get it, you like it, yeah. But it's like, it's some cool stuff. You know? It's cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get some tileable outputs, because I would like to make these outputs random, but tileable. So when you lay them together, allows rotation, respect user provided constraints. We don't have any user provided constraints, so we don't worry about those. Ria says, I'm probably going to increase the lighting in the final, though. I agree the first looked stronger with more contrast. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going for. I'm so divided amongst everything that it's hard for me to like bring up terminology like that. But yeah, I agree. There is a lot more contrast now that you say it in this one compared to this one. But it still looks great regardless. I just like how vibrant this one punches me, right? And this one's like more of like a subtle vibe. Amin says, hello, I was just playing. What were you just playing? Also, you like the sky I added? Yeah, it's not mine. It's not mine, but it's like the one thing I figured, I could probably input some, because what it is it's just a circle, right? If we go up, oh, you could start seeing, yeah, see? It's just a big old circle. We're in the middle, because apparently you can't do a lot of stuff on the mobile, so we're gonna have to work within some limitations. It's one of the reasons why I'm looking at wave collapse function for the creation of the levels. I was hoping to get some different results, but I think because we're upscaled so much, it might be a little different from what we have here. Because the idea is that we have like this center area, right, where essentially it's the ground floor, it's the middle world, and then we have the sky area, and then more of like the ground area. It's a little different here, right? But I'm a little annoyed. These are supposed to be okay. I guess they are tileable. But yeah, these objects are way too stumble guys, huh? I'm all about Fall Guys, bro. That's the real one, brother. Oh, but thank you, Ria. Yeah. I'm sorry, I oftenly go off on a random train of thought. It's one of the reasons why I feel like I move between so many things. But yeah, today is just going to be me trying to learn about wave collapse function. Because if we can get a way to generate rooms in game, make it so the character can play around, and then feed that into some code, and then essentially dictate what is a climbable or a jumpable surface, yada yada, we should be solid. But I think it's going to take a lot of testing, which is why I've been kind of holding it off, because I'm working with procedural generation in the past. It's a whole entire boss on its own, man. It's a whole entirely different thing. We got to block this guy. Remove his friend. That's an old buddy who said some mean stuff a month or so ago. For the 50th time. He's like one of those friends where, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. Y'all don't like that drama. Y'all here for game development, right? Bum, bum, bum. By the way, guys, we're at 96 subs, and I'm super excited about it. So, thank y'all. 96! We're almost at 100! Like Scoob! We're almost at 100, guys. It's all uphill, hopefully, from here, God willing. How long is it going to take you to figure this out? It's breaking. Oh. So, Ria, is it raining for you as well where you're at? We've been doing this for 2 minutes and 46 seconds. I don't know if I iterated up twice or just once. I think I went from 3 to 4. Where are you, Houdini? Houdini. All right, first of all, I'm so annoyed with Faceit. It's such an intrusive app. Yeah, let's end this task. Let's reopen Houdini. Yeah, guys, you want to see how much I played last year? Or this year? Crazy. War Tales, Valheim, Apex Legends. I wish it told me how many hours I've played, so then I could be like, yeah, I play way too much, or I play way too little. Nope, just cold. Oh. Unlucky. I love rain, so. I love rain. So let's go ahead and try to geo. Do I already have? Okay, I already have one. So let's do wave collapse or wave collapse. Where is it? Wave collapse function. Boom. From texture, we're gonna go ahead and load that texture again. Boom. Can you just textures, wave collapse functions, boom. We just got to figure out if the white is walls or if the black is walls. You'd think it would be the white was walls. But anyways, we need 2 of these. One to, I guess, dictate how big it's going to be. So let's do 32 by 32. And then we need a wave collapse function. Boom. That's interesting. I think this will go quicker now that we've made it smaller. It's about the same size. Yeah, that kind of looks clean in comparison to what we had, right? Let's go ahead and add some of these variables in. I want to try to make these tileable. Although I will be realistic with this, it's going to be interesting to see how we get these to combine together. You would assume that what you would do is take, like if we're expanding to the left, right, we would take into consideration all of these here, right? Was that 32 by 32? Is that 16 on each side? No way. It's 32 by 30. I'm stupid. How have I done anything with this project? So much to do. Yeah, this looks pretty sick in my opinion. Stuff like this, it looks like it did somewhat all right. I'm not a big fan of this little guy right here, but how to get this to tile for forever, right? There's got to be some way to, depending on what direction you're moving, to sample this texture and then add on to it this way. Although it's not really following the logic that I would hope for, because I really want to try to get something flowing in between them, right? Like this just looks like a level where you hop around, you move around, you do all sorts of stuff. Now, theoretically, I could just make it so this is how levels just are, and everything at some point is one thing, anything below that point is another thing, anything above that point is another thing, right? What is find wrapping input patterns? I think that might be the thing we want here. Hmm. So in here we can do stuff like number, observe sound. All right. I just wish this didn't take so long. I'm trying to figure out how to get more of a linear result. We are still looking for some amount of randomness, but I want see if I can get a little bit more control over the final result. Pep, what are you up here for, dude? Is Russell bugging you again? Hey, you got the zoomies, man. You need to back up before you get wrecked up, buddy. Oh, he's hiding. Please don't take 5 years to solve, please. This is what it's looking like today. Hey, that's a little bit cooler, cleaner. Now let's see what finding wrapping inputs pattern. What does this even say? I should have looked at it before I clicked it. It's probably, it takes into consideration the texture around the imported file. Russell, I know. Isn't Russell adorable? How's it going, Amin? Good to see you back, my friend. Hey, and that looks a whole lot better, doesn't it, guys? I mean, look at that. That looks great. I like that a lot more. That looks like we have a lot more control over what we've got going on. Yeah, maybe some stuff right here, but at some point, I don't think we want anything up here. Just a continuation. They have to come down here to move around and navigate that way. And that takes a bit of time though to configure. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at this video. Let's see what this gentleman has to say, because I'm just learning about this subject, and I'll tell you what, it is a vast one.
As your input.
What did this even mean? Enabling this will allow pattern search step to make patterns that wrap around the input sample. Tileable.
Demands. Then further here we have number of solve. We also have your tile set. When there's some. Now let's use now the winning decoder, and you will see here it's using this plot tile set. So that's from the image that I just showed you with the numbers. Then it's going to look based on colors. So you're gonna have to make sure we have colors stored in points. So be sure to double check your point information if they have any color information. So it might.
So how do you do that? Take list, performance monitor. What is he looking at in particular? We can get the geo, tree view, material pointer, asset browser, Orbito. We don't care about that. How do we look at this, chat? How do we look? How do we look? Geometry spreadsheet is what it's called. Okay, geometry spreadsheet. Boom, boom, boom. Geometry spreadsheet. It says to make sure to look at the color. CDGB, okay, that's RBGB. Okay, so we do. There is color.
Case they have. So it's going to look at the red channel, and I also want to check that the rows and columns are
Mode blob tile set. All right. Okay. On this blob tile set, rows. We want 32 by 32, right? And don't we want to keep the color?
same as my input. So in here I use 30. So I'm going to here use 30 by 30 as well.
Oh, that's true.
Now
yeah.
we need to combine these two with a copy to points. So plug in the geometry here and then the pattern over here. So just by now it will just plug in all the tiles on these points, but that's not really what I want. I want to use here the piece attribute. And
Okay. He uses a copy to point. Two points. He uses a output. Piece attribute. I guess tiles is what we'll call it. I don't know how I turn that on, but all right. Wang, sample, boom. And in here, align and distribute. Oh, we don't want to do that. What is it? Vertices, right? You want that? We put tiles here. I think we want vertices, right, guys?
and type in here name.
That's
Now
it?
I have to.
Are you kidding me? Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Check it out. It's pretty sick. But I don't think it looks exactly like how we had it originally. Yeah, that's how we had it. And this is not how it's looking. That's interesting.
the result that I want to. So now it makes all these rooms based on
Piece attributes. You have name. The only thing is that it's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing. What does he do here? Does he turn on keep color?
So it's going to look at the red channel, and I also want to check that the rows and columns are the same as my input. So in here I use 30. So I'm going to here use. Now we need to combine these two with a copy to points. So just by all these rooms, and not really. So this is the result that I the piece attribute and type in here. So now it. So
Yeah, but that is completely different than what I have. Extraordinarily different. I mean, if we look at here, this is the original one. If we look at here, this is what we get from this, which I think's pretty good considering that, I guess it gets kind of what I want. There's got to be some way to make it so at some point this just doesn't do anything. But yeah, we copy to point. This has 32. This has 32. Then we come over here and do this. And all of our things are just completely crazy. And they look nothing. Oh, there's an error. Looks like. What is the error? Time dependent. No. That is not the error. What is the warning? Node info. 0 primitives. Unconnected. 3 points. Color. Name. 2 unique. And floats. This is color name transform. Unconnected. And then come to here. What if we do green? Will that change how things look here? Green, blue, red, 2 edge, 2 corner, blob tile set, which is, you know. Hmm. $30 by 30, but it is 32 by 32. By 32. Bum 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 bum. Why aren't these aligning correctly? Is it because I have things like allow rotations on here? Starting point, parameter B starting point. We might have just did a bad thing, but I'm so confused. It should be creating a thing. Why isn't it creating the thing? Gosh, this takes forever. I hope this, like, we're gonna have to try this in game at some point when we incorporate it. See if it takes years to occur. But yeah, now we're getting weird results that are completely irrelevant to what we had originally, right? Is Russell a male or not? He is a male. He's a male man.
All done for you. So this is a really quick way of getting a base they have. So it's going to look at the red channel, and I also want to check that the rows and columns are.
Well, it looks like he's using a
bases,
black
and
and
those
white
settings you might to be well here
setting like myself, which
maybe
is
over
literally
here, or
black and
actually
white
the number of
texture,
the tiles.
right?
So it's very useful. Now let's use now the winning of the rotated versions. So all of these numbers are representing the tile set. So if I would go over here to the WoW samples, we can see that the names over here are actually the number of the tile set. It's very useful. Now let's use now the winning decoder, and you will see here it's using this blob tile set, so that's from the image that I just showed you with the numbers. Then it's going to look based on colors. So we're gonna have to make sure we have colors stored in points. So be sure to double check your point information if they have any color information. So in my case, they have. So it's going to look at the red channel, and I also want to check that the rows and columns are the same as my input. So in here I use 30, so I'm going to here use 30 by 30 as well. Now we need to combine.
Well, these guys need side effects. These also seem like, yeah, we're like getting these weird results, and it's making me angry. Automatic input size detection. In here, transform using target points. Wang, I don't know, keep color. There we go. Doesn't work. Align and distribute. Holy crap. 2 edge, 2 corner, blob, vertex colors. Align. Yeah, we're getting like some really creepy results. And I don't know exactly why, mates, but it's making me mad. And the worst part is that it's not, doesn't, wait, does it? Oh, so it's reversed. That's what it is, guys. It's reversed. So it looks, right here we have black and white to indicate things. And here it switches it. So hold up, let's make sure what's going on for sure. At least that's what my brain was telling me. Boom. Yeah, it is. See? These black instances are the insides, while the white... Is there any way to reverse? Can I just reverse the color? You know, it's all right. What we'll do is we'll just... we will... just take all these. And I would love if you didn't put that right in the middle. There's probably some really easy way to fix that, but we're not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and switch these to white. We'll then reverse or invert, I guess. And we'll take those to black. Why are you acting all weird? The title. Check on Discord what I actually see. Game developer. Christian game developer here. Boom. Did you switch it on your end or something? Jesus, I gotta do all this. No. So we've turned all those. Why is it doing that? Okay. That's dumb. That's why. Then we come into here, do black, and for some strange reason, it's still doing that. We can go like this, deselect, throw this right here, and yeah. Tolerance, 32, 100. 100, tolerance, doesn't work. Crazy. I think you can control I, yeah, but Because now they have like you can do Control I to do it, but they have like a little, or they had right here, this little button, invert selection. They give you this little cool interface, I guess. But there's a real weird thing going on where it's like, I don't know. Maybe I can select it on here. Yeah, this is so, why is it being freaking weird, bro? Here, we're about to big brain it. Boom, big brain. And it looks like that's what it is. It's this here being weird. 1 pixel. All right, we're just gonna color over it. I don't want to sit here all day. Yeah, it is odd. It shouldn't. I've never had that issue. What it does. I made a sample HTTP request that changed the title. Now that there, my friend, is using your brain. Now no one will know. But I still recommend being safe over everything. But that was smart. And we don't have music.
Find these two with a copy to point.
We don't have music, guys. I was like, why is there such a weird vibe going on? And it's because we don't have any soul going on in the back. You know, we need that music. Especially if you're working. It helps me to concentrate, I think. Stuff like this. I don't know how y'all are, though. But it is weird talking about Photoshop that it's doing this. I think it has to do something with the fill tool. Normal, opacity, all layers, tolerance, pattern, whatever. Things, but that I don't know how to do, but I want to learn them. What? Photoshop? You and me both. I still need to learn a lot about one inverse. So it stinks because I'm gonna have to do this. I wonder if I could flip the colors in here. You can't. But now it's gonna change everything. And it's like, oh. Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, why is this not working the way it's supposed to? And it's because it sees the black areas as rooms and the white areas as walls. And that just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't worked with wave collapse function at all. But black to me means filled and white means empty. Amin says the things that he wants to learn: 3D modeling and 2D art. The only way to learn them is to do them. I mean, every day you're going to learn. Even really skilled artists are still learning as they're working. So Ria says, I used to use Photoshop all the time, but don't have a subscription anymore. We'll probably get again in the future. Yeah, I love Photoshop, but I think they're just too overpriced. I have like the $30 a month suite deal because I got it right when it first came out on subscription. Not right when it first came out on subscription. It must have been like a year or so after, but it was when it was like $30. And now I just get it for $30. So thank God for that. And thank the company too. But yeah, now we should get things looking a little bit better. But we're still having an issue where, you know, these aren't copying over completely. And I'm confused. They both are necessary on game development. It's open source and free. What is that? GIMP? GIMP? But yeah, look at this. Look how these tiles are coming out. And it could be because this is like, oh, if you're, I think it says in here, like, don't use wrapping inputs is not tileable. But it looks tileable to me. So I'm just trying to look at what he's made. Law Christian game developer. And see what it is that's different. When tiles come up. I don't know even how to describe this. They're random. They're not rotated right. There's a lot of things going on with them. This guy does it and it's like perfect. What is it that I've done wrong?
The geometry here and then the pattern over here.
So how does he get to?
You can plug this in still over here. So take
Okay.
that in account when creating a new solve around 10% about these frequencies found. Then it would still try to respect, so we can decide to then start with a specific point where I want this to be solved. So this can be useful sometimes when you're working with provided constraints, or in another situation where you want to maybe need a specific point to then start with. Now further I want to use this result to then make, for example, a level. A sample one, the corner piece, or a piece with a pillar, and
Yeah, look at all these tiles. You know, I'm probably, let's look at what he's copying over. I get that every tile has a thing. He's using the same exact.
so just by now it will just click in all the tiles on these points, but that's not really what I want. I want to use here the piece attribute and type in here name. And now I have the result that I want to. So now it makes all these rooms based on these tile sets.
I know, I'm super excited for it.
For you,
We'll get there eventually, hopefully by the end of the year.
getting a basic layout.
If the Lord wills it. If not, it's fine.
Go here, play around with the seat, and you can see that everything just changes along.
It's not changing. Tiles. I mean, we're getting the floor tiles are consistent, but they're not getting the walls right. And it's not that they're getting them wrong, it's that they're not if we look at this, actually it's getting these wrong entirely at the end. It is getting those wrong at the end. Is it because I think at some point I added a... But yeah, hopefully we can get more subs in here. If not, it's fine. I'm not going to lose my mind. But it would be nice. Because that means I'm just trying to build awareness from the game and create a community around it and supporters. And it's going to be a completely free game, so anyone who plays it, you know, it's going to be free. So I got to find some way to generate revenue so I can try to find a way to start working on the next project eventually. But that's still far out. I'm just going to focus on the current thing at hand. I like the blob tile set, but it ain't working for me. Tangent points. Oh. And just like that. The only issue we have is that it's adding things where it's unnecessary to add. I guess it does that on purpose. But yeah, now it's looking relatively clean. It just looks kind of gross. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but it looks like some of the normals are off. We have the normals in here. This little boop normal. What do we do then? Normals. I believe you. Do it like this. Boom. Boom. There. And now the normals are fixed. But another issue at hand is that we're getting rooms here where we shouldn't. This should be a corner. But yeah, you know, like the idea as a character would be a person on here that could maneuver through this level. This is an entire level. There's a start and end point. You know, but in here we can spawn objects, right? And in here we can make it so it creates worlds and stuff, right? Obviously, did you fix it? Yeah, I did. So the issue is that we were transforming using the target point orientations when there really shouldn't have been. So I took that off. That fixed it. We then had some like artifact issues. So I just redid the normals. And now we're here at this point. And it's looking pretty clean in my opinion. But yeah, the idea is that the character would be on here. Stuff would spawn, you know. I would like some more floating objects in these areas, so we'll have to find a way to fill these rooms with things of that nature. But I think for all intensive purposes, we're pretty much set. And we would have things moving into each other. Like I want to have like ending pieces, like a start and end. You're wondering how platformer? I think I just answered that. But in case you're not getting where I'm coming from still. So imagine this is, right? Look at this. This is how this already kind of is. We're running to the side. What you're thinking of is like coming in here and running around like this, right? You're thinking of it from like an FPS point of view. But if you flip this map on its side, what you really have, and if we delete these innards, you know, which we could try to work on next. Maybe there's a way to avoid these things. How is he going to move only in the left and right? It's a platformer, right? He would move around. That's a pretty, and on top of that, we're talking about scale. We can scale the character down a whole lot, right? But the biggest thing we need to do is find a way to, and I'm thinking 2-corner. 2-corner just doesn't even work with this. What about 2-edge? It just does this, align and distribute. Blob tile. No, it's not going to be any of those. It's going to be a 2D former. What I'm getting at is that you're looking at this, you're not looking at it the way I'm envisioning it. So in these areas are going to be like rocks and stuff that the player is going to move around in between. We have it completely sealed off at this moment, which is fine. But I would like to open up some of these areas some way. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that. I think the first objective is trying to find a way to open up these, but the main problem here is that these tiles... I'll be right back, guys. To stop the stream? No, I didn't forget. I just had to run out really quick. But yeah. We need to find a way to exclude certain names from this tile set. If we look at this tile set and we go to... Right, the thing is that maybe we can do that. By creating like our own custom things, and then in these tile sets where they're named, I'm assuming what we're gonna do is essentially copy some of this method where in here it looks like, from what he was saying, like in his video, if we go back in time to this,
all these styles based on here are pattern. Useful to know when you're working with these
right,
rank tiles is here we have the blob tile set.
there's a tile set.
Each piece has its number. So when there is nothing, it's number 0. When there is something, we have, for example, here number 1, and then the other variations over here are the rotated versions.
So on zeros, we would have rocks and other artifacts.
So if we would go over here to the WoW samples, we can see that the names over here are actually the number of the tile set. So it's very useful. Now,
If anyone doesn't know, you're new to the stream. We are currently trying to figure out how we're going to incorporate Houdini into the project. I do have a 2-year license, so I want to try to use it. We're looking into wave collapse formulas to create essentially a... Let's go back here really quick for y'all. To create... Sorry, we have to do that. Essentially to create a 2D platform map where the player would, you know, be a character running along this road, you know, and obviously they can move around, yada yada. We'd have stuff spawn in between here. I'd like some more floating sets in these areas. So in the spaces where there's not enough, I could most likely figure that out via code and implement some things in those areas. But it's about figuring out how to get that. But yeah, that's kind of where we are currently at. Can I by vertex, vertices, just make it crazy? There. We're getting some weird artifacts in these flat areas. But regardless, that's kind of where we're at. That's what we're looking at. And if you haven't subbed, by the way, please make sure to sub. We're a Christian game development studio. Currently just me here working on a Christian game, looking to build up so we can hire more people in the future. Oh, hey, look. Puts it right there. But yeah, 2D game. Judah, here's your main character. This isn't very... But why there is borders like you are in Cave? That's because it's using a different tile set. But yeah, this is the game. But imagine this guy running along, instead of this path here. Jesus. Running along this path. It looks like these tile sets each have something, so we can...
We have to make sure we have colors stored in points, so
yeah.
make sure to double check your point information if they have any color information. So in this case,
So now he's talking about how to...
which is called sample paint. So I'm going to place it here. So the first input will be a grid. So let's use the grid. And here I'm going to keep it 20 by 20. So this, if you have model for houses, you can put the bang tile samples. So I'm going to plug in here. So again, these are just geometry, so you can plug in everything you want. And in this node itself, in the paint, we're going to click here on initialize value mapping. So click on this, and it will automatically look for all the models that are available. So in this case, there are 47 objects, which is representing, of course, all the tiles. So now with the paint tool, we can then paint these models. So we're going to have to switch to this handle over here. And when we scroll with the mouse, we can see that we can actually start painting models. So I can click on where I want a model and start painting them. And this way we can then quickly block out a level that you want to as well. But again, here you can also use different models. So in this case, I just took the sample files because I had them laying around. But you might as well use different options, like if you have models for a pipe, you can then, for example, draw your pipes here, and then you can plug this in still over here. So let's just, for example, copy this, and you can use this in here as well, and then continue with the wave function collapse, so it will generate a new pattern for you based on what you have painted here. Instead
Yeah, I
of
get that.
in another software, we can then actually, if you want, collapse videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how to add in my own... There's borders in a cave because that's the tile that they have set to this number in Houdini. So in Houdini, this little thing here, each one of these represents a number, and those numbers, right, are also on this point. So what it does is it feeds those into here. You feed these tile sets into here, or into here, and it outputs them. So if we were to replace these things with different models, theoretically, we can get stuff where we're not having anything in these areas, right? Just in these areas. Theoretically. How we get this implemented in the game, I don't know. I could try to export this now and put it into UE5, but I'd prefer to try and create some stuff. But the only issue I see is how are we going to put in our own models into here? Tiles. Wang Labs Wang tile samples. Let's just go in here. Doesn't look like there's anything in it. Information, geometry, not cooked. And let's go ahead and keep playing some music for ourselves. We got ourselves a long road ahead of us, just so y'all know. Because we're going to have to figure out how to get this functioning. So what to try first? I could just look up how to create my own tile set in Houdini.
Mobile games are going big.
In this video, so for each, and there's a different loops, and we want to use is for each name primitive. So what it's going to do is just cycle between all our attributes that has word name in it, and it's going to assign its own udim space. So just pipe it inside here. You can
Okay.
see already it's working. So at the end of the loop, you can see it's gathered 11 pieces, and you should take a look at how many we have in here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we have 11.
All right, let's kind of test this right now. Let's open up Blender. Whew. Whew. Oh, man.
11 pieces. Let's go.
No, I want to play Spotify. Thank you. Now, I'm going to export all of this. And this is just a test because then we know we can start making tiles and then we can feed them into it and then it can start creating all these things that we want. But for models, we'll do world, combined tile set, selected objects, export. So what he's telling me he's doing is creating a geometry node, or essentially, we can turn that off. Freaking Rawls tile set, man. Who cares about Wang? Sorry, I should be more mature. And stop looking at how disorganized I am, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come through here and organize everything into a couple of things. Where are the models? Tile, combined tile set. They ain't even open. So does that completely destroy everything that I'm doing here? I mean, it looks like we've got some stuff, right? I was looking at my codes. That's good. That's good. I like to hear that. Okay. So here we have our object. Can we pull that in here? I'd like for it to essentially loop through each thing and create a tile set based off it. I mean, we can go into here, get the packaged. One thing though is this actually is a very intelligent program. I mean, look at the UVs on this. If we go back out into here and we turn off all of these, back to here and look at this, you'll see that we got pretty good UV unwrap with just one of these, and you can use an FBX exporter. Amin says, I have to go eat my dinner. You enjoy your dinner, my friend. I'll see you when you get back. But the main question, I've never worked in these little networks before. And I'm assuming we have so many of them because,
Going to assign its own UV space. So before that, actually, if you want to
yeah, while we're in here in the for each, we want to add all these things in it.
number inside
Yes, sir.
default for each begin. So dot slash means we are outside our node right now. Is it? So it's
Yeah, this guy knows all this cool stuff.
UV space. Let's go over this. You can go back and
So we could probably use a for each loop to create all those tile sets if we wanted more.
even the starting UDIM for the imported meshes. One easy way to create our own UDIMs is put down a name node, just pipe inside here, and you can see that name group there's a
How does he get that in like that though? That's the main question. Because if I just wanted to like file, import geometry. I mean, that looks a lot better than just dragging and dropping. And then we have our combined file set, true. So we have for each primitive in here. And I believe he said for each begin. What did he do to did he type in name into here? And that's how he got that, I believe. Name. Or he's getting the name before he does it.
site. So you can see that we have 11, and 11 pieces,
Yeah, piece attributes
and you should take a
in here. But where's he clicking specifically for this? The begin and at the end.
so
He's
again,
distributing an attribute. So it merges. I don't want to merge them. And how do you get rid of this stinky little screen at the bottom, bro? By the way, guys, if you've subbed to the channel and your channel is private, I won't see it. So if in the case you have, shout out to you. Much love. I appreciate the lurks and the support. All of it means a lot to me. I guess we finished watching this video.
loop, you can see it gathered 11.
So mine merged 4. Gather method. It says merge each iteration. So I'm assuming we just don't want to merge by piece or points. By pieces or points. Feedback for each iteration. But if we merge, see how it just merge it all. So is there any way to go through each one? I'm assuming he's going to go through, grab the names.
How many we have in here?
How did he do that? How did he do that? I don't see it. No cam. What button did he press, guys? There's got to be a button somewhere. He pushed one of these buttons, didn't he? He pushed that button. That has to be the button. Button. Yeah, we've got the button, guys. But all we got was block end. Block end. What does he got typed in there? At name. Look at this guy. He's a genius. He's a genius. At name. Landscape platform. We got 1 out of all these. I mean, it says 4 feedback, but we've only got 4 in here. In here we have boom. So it goes through the first one, ends on this one. Right? For each one, we're probably going to want to put this into something. Right? Tile. Labs mesh tiler. Although we're going to want a little bit more control. Amin says, oh, wait a second. Rhea, you're a 3D modeler, right? I mean, yeah, she's got all the 3D models, my friend. You've seen them with your very own eyeballs.
Its own Udemy space. So just pipe it inside here. You can see already it's working. So at the end of the loop, you can see it gathered 11. I put down new V layout.
I could.
Jump inside. Click this icon. Then you can add whatever number, and then it's going to go UV space. Basically, this is going to be our counter. Go back and deselect the single pass. Basically, this is going to be our counter that's going to add to this one Udemy space. So now you can take a look at the groups, and you can see it's actually the detail attribute iteration. So that's what we want to reference inside our default Udemy. To do that, we can just start writing inside our default Udemy box. So just 1001 class. Now just put down detail, and then in the brackets put down quotes, dot slash. Basically now it's saying get me a detail attribute. Now it's asking for the which node you want. So what you want to do is get the for each begin. So dot slash means we are outside our node right now, and we are inside this geo. So now just put down for each. You see it's automatically going to show all the nodes that we have, and now just reference for each, and then close the brackets, quotes. Now it's going to ask what kind of. Now you can actually take a look. It's actually explaining what you need to do. Now it asks you for the attribute name. So what you want to do is in brackets say detail. Now we went to iteration. And now it asks for index, which is a simple single float. We can just put down 0, and that's it. Close the brackets, and we're basically done. And now if you go to the for each block at the end, you can see every one of our named groups has its own UV space.
Hmm.
Let's Google this.
That's pretty
Go
cool.
back and say how many columns you want.
I'm more looking at how to create a Wang tile set, bro. How do you get your tile set without it being overcomplicated? I just want to throw these models in and be like, hey, put all these in a tile thing. Tile sampler. You know, we have this, right? Which gives us all of our... A stash. Okay. And then he switches. Align and distribute. Switch. Output. The heck is a stash? Maybe we don't need this. Let's delete that. Yes. I'm annoyed. Oh, guys, my wings. At least I hit my wings well and my back. Oh, and my tries. Trying to stay in somewhat shape. Hoping like after I get everything done, I can focus on being healthy a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Combined tile set. If you freaking got rid of everything, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Yo, Corey, what's up, man? Nothing much. Figuring out how we are going to create things. Are you kidding me? Open crash file. No backup file for wave crops. Oh my god. Open the crash directory. 17 October. We're on the 19th though. No. Houdini temp at 11:40. Crashed combined tile set. Okay. Hey, I think we're alive. I think we got it back. Nice. But yeah, Corey, this is I'll show you what we're working on. We're going to be trying to use Houdini in our game to create the levels. We're going to use their Side Effects Labs wave function collapse system to try and procedurally generate worlds or platforms. The thing that I'm trying to figure out now is how I'm going to go and add in my own models into a tile sampler that I can then go and add to this thing so I can start manipulating it the way that I want it to be manipulated. Yeah, I do. I do. Everyone requested it, so I finally added it. People were like, who's that? Who are you talking to? And I'm... So yeah, that's what I did. I got tired of telling people myself. I'm talking to myself. But yeah. The shaders are a little off though. Interesting. But yeah, this is essentially what it makes, right? We got a little issue here. I don't know why. That's not right. What's wrong? Skipping unrecognized pattern ID num of analysts. That's interesting. But I'm happy you're happy with the chat. Wang tiles sampler. Why is it still there? It's like a, what's it called? But it looks like we have to have it in the center when we do it. You're going through the route that Crash did for their mobile game. Yeah, because the platformer aspect of it isn't infinite. It's infinite in the sense where you are going to essentially have access to certain things. You enter those things, you exit those things, and I'm hoping to make it procedural, to make it infinite in that sense. The runner aspect, though, that'll be more infinite. But for the map purposes, I want it to be random. I want to see if I can get away with creating, essentially, when you load into these things, you're given these maps, it creates all this stuff, blah, 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 right? And for some strange reason, we're getting errors now when we run this. Skipping unrecognized parameter ID num of analysis. Where is that at? I don't know where that's at. Crazy. Regardless, ignore this. This wasn't here. It's like a shadow. Oh, you know what it is? It's because I have it in... If we delete this, right, and we come over here, it's because I have it there. Go away. Jesus. But yeah, I just threw in here these models to test this out. Let's think for a second. One, I'm gonna want to save this. Or file, save as. We're gonna go into where we originally had this in the Houdini's tool, world building, overwrite. Yeah. I'm on holiday break, so gonna grind some modeling for the next few weeks or so. That's excellent to hear. What's the one you want to make? I know there's one you've been thinking about making for a while, and that's the one you're gonna work on. And it can be anything. I mean, if you're sitting there like, man, I want to make one mean pot for plants, or I want to make I don't know, an LED light. Anything, right? What is it? Let a brother know. Let the brother know. Dynamics. I've always wanted to make a Dark Souls themed entrance or like a boss arena. Dude, when you do that, please share that in the Discord. I would love to see that. I would love to see that, man. Hello, Stay Real in the building. How's it going, Stay Real? Everyone say hello, Stay Real. It's good to see you guys in the chat. We're working on world building today, if you didn't know. Well, you probably already know. But just for those who are new in here, I'm a Christian game development studio, currently working on my own, trying to make a Christian-inspired game called Judah and Friends for the mobile phone. Yeah, it's going to be a 3D infinite platformer / runner with city management aspects in it. Currently, this is the state the game is in. There's still a lot to work on. It's one huge whip, but we're working on the world building aspect right now, which is like, you know, world assets to make the game look a little bit cleaner. And a part of that is, how are we going to create the worlds? I'm thinking of using wave collapse function in Houdini, incorporating that into Unreal via plugin, and then generating them procedurally. Rhea over here. Hello. Looking great. Yeah, thank you. So what we have is a wave class function that gives us a grid size. We then have a texture that I made in Photoshop. Right? We've plugged that in. We've used that to generate a random tile. We then decode it to get all the specific points. We then use a weighing tile sample to copy to those points, and after that we fix the normals on it a little bit, which leaves us with something like this, right? Now, you might be thinking, oh, this looks like a room where, you know, you could run around and do stuff that way. But hear me out here. Let's say we're starting here. You know, you're Judah running along this path, right? We have to bulldoze these, and what that's going to mean is in these specific points, we're going to have nothing here. Right? So we just have to change essentially the tiles at these numbers, and that should fix those things. In these big areas like this, we're going to have, you know, I don't know, rocks and stuff like that. So it looks like, you know, there's a wall there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And by the way, if your account is private and you follow the channel, you subscribe to the channel, I won't see. So if you've done that already, I appreciate you guys. Much love. Sorry, I have to say that a lot because there's been times where I'll look and I'll have like 6 to 7 people who sub, and I'm like, I didn't see any of these. This is awesome, but I feel bad because, you know, as someone who's gaining support, you want to find some way to thank those people. So that's my way. But yeah, right now we have a quick little tile set that we threw together. We might have to make things a little bit smaller, scale wise, because if you can't tell, this compared to this, right, there's a big difference here. Corey, there is a deadline. I'm trying to get something up and running. I wanted to do something originally by January, right, for a Kickstarter to try to generate funds. So that's like the first roadmap, trying to get a way to find and garnish some support. But yeah, the game, if we get enough people on it, should only take a year maybe to make at that point. But it's all about just building up to that point and trying to present something. So honestly, it just comes down to what I can present and, you know, how well I can present the idea. If people don't want to support at the end of the day, they don't have to. And that just means that it's going to be longer than a year for me to do that, which stinks, but I don't want to think about it. I just want to think about working on the game. Your channel is getting bigger every time I check in. Yeah, I am. It is getting bigger. The Lord is definitely blessing me, guys. I feel extremely blessed to have so many people in here chatting, hanging out. We're currently at 96, so I'm shooting for about 100 by the end of the year. So if you know people that like game development and you want to share the channel, I know I'm Christian and you might have some friends that aren't Christian, but maybe you say, hey, check this guy out. Just don't tell them about the Christian part. I'll tell them about the Christian part. If they don't like it, they don't like it. If they like it, they do. All right. But yeah, we essentially have to look at this because, oh wow, it fixed for a singular second. 100 subs celebration giveaway. I really wish, but I'm so broke. Maybe we'll look into the bank account and see what we got. But I really, honestly, my goal is to get to a point where I can gift away things like, you know, a Houdini indie license for a year or two. I want to be able to give people things that they can use to increase their skills and add to their resume. You know? What? Hey, don't come in here. I don't want to see your belly, dude. My little brother, he's homesick, so he's like sees that I'm streaming and he's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Will you hide your belly with your pants? I'm making a game. What are you doing?
I'm with my thing charged.
Oh, you're getting bored? Hey, if you can, could you take Russell outside? Thank you, buddy. Oh man, that would be awesome. Yeah, it would be. Same. I will be there if it happens. You will be. And it will be glorious. Hopefully. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Well, I don't like using that term. But yeah, all in God's time, right, guys? God's got a specific plan. If he wants this to work, it'll work. If not, it won't. And I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to be working on what I feel he wants me to work on and kind of go from there. That's all you can do. I think some people might chuckle at that, especially non-believers, but you know, I've been reading a lot of the Bible, and from what I've seen, you know, if God wants something to work, it'll work. If he doesn't want it to work, it won't. Just as simple as that. But yeah, let's try to figure out how to turn these into a tile set. So other than that, how's your guys' Tuesday going? We're close to Christmas here. Labs Mesh Tyler. Geometry to tile. I would like to see what this does. Give me information. Required geometry to do. Well, we do have the geometry. We have the geometry. What do you mean? Maybe I can use the for each loop to do this. For each primitive. And then kind of do what he did with the whole for each feedback for each. Then we come like this and we do that. And I think that might work. I don't know. It don't look like it works. Ground plane or plane input. Oh, okay. So it wants to turn it into like an image or something. Labs. Yeah. I just want to create a very memorable moment. I know it sounds dumb, but you know, from hanging out with people and not mentioning that I'm a Christian with like, especially up and coming game developers, like the things I've heard about Christians from them, and they don't even know I'm a Christian. And then when I tell them, you know, they don't want to talk. So it's like, just encouraged me to kind of get out there, get out of my comfort zone and do things I didn't think I could do before. To create a place where Christians can come together and work, man. I know I've said it a lot, but you know, there's a reason why Chris Pratt and all of them will tell you that we're not really welcomed in the entertainment industry. And I think that's a big problem. I think it's a huge problem because it influences so many people. And it's like, well, if you have something that influences so many people, why don't you want Christians in it? Just think about that for a second. And I'll leave it out. I'll leave it at that. I'm just trying to find a way to throw this into a tab. You're like the first guy to open and to be open and public about it. The gaming world in general are either just Christians hiding or a large amount are just non-believers. Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, that's true to a degree. If you didn't know, Corey, there is a Christian game developers conference. So there is a GDC, but for Christian. It's an annual conference for video game developers who profess the Christian religion. Right? I'm registered on here. But it is a thing. But you know, it's a thing for a reason. Like if we felt accepted and like we were welcome in that world, we wouldn't have this, right? There would be no need for this. So I'm hoping next year I can come here and talk to people. So we'll see what God has planned. I learned about this last year, but I just didn't have anything to show. I had an idea, but I didn't have much art to go with it. Nor did I have much of a prototype to showcase either. Making games is hard, especially when you want to do something like I want to do. And because I want to take a different approach to how we create Christian content. And I guess I'll reveal that more through my works. Amin. Say everyone say hello, Amin. Well, Scott Cawthon is probably the biggest Christian game dev. Yeah, there's also if you didn't know, I think if you GD or CGDC, one of the head guys at Riot actually is a big Christian too. I think this is him. Magnus Lehim. I think he's the head of creative, and he's a big Christian. So we have Christians out there. But they have to I feel like they have to conceal it, and I want a workplace where that's not the case. Boom, 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 boom. Tiles. How do we turn these into tiles? Jesus, Lord have mercy. Guide me to what I need to make. Height field tile splice. Height field tile. Well, if we open up the Wang tile sampler and we take a peek into it, which I was able to do. They had a stash. Can I make a stash? Stash. What is a stash? What is a stash? Stash. Is this like... Maybe if we do for each and then we put it in the stash. For each. Look at this. If this works, man, I just prayed and the Lord delivered, boys. He delivered, boys and girls. I guess we just put names in here. And we don't want to merge these. We want to feedback each iteration. We get feedback for. But the issue at hand is we got 4 in here, right? Boom, 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 boom. We come into here and we look and we have boom. That's it. Right? If I just run it like that, I get this. If I run it into here, it looks like there's a connection separation. Stash input, geometry file. Okay, so I can literally just grab stuff in here and do it like that. Nice. It's his name. Yeah, man, there's a ton. Have you guys ever been to Twitch.io? Twitch.io. Game jams. Yeah, if you want to do game jams, you go here. There's literally game jams going on all the time, guys, that you can join and work together. We got this one coming up. Welcome to Kit Masters Engine Game Jam. Once you join with a team, or they have some that are solo. But however you join, on the day it happens, you get a prompt, you make a game, you give them the game. And it's more about improving your skills than it is anything. So remember that when you're working on this. But it looks like we can input a stash into here, but it also saves this move stash to a new file. Stay Real says, I just suck at polishing my games. That's something you got to work on. Like everything, right? We don't want that. But that is interesting. that it's not taking what we're creating. What does this take? We have points, we have no primitives, we have no vertices. Can we separate? Separate. Because I would like to just throw in one model file with all the tiles, iterate through each one, pull them out, put them in something, and then reach into them. And then, yeah, you guys get the point. Yeah, it's very hard to make a game in such little time. I know. It is. It is, but it gets easier and easier the more you do it, the more you get accustomed with the workflow. So just keep doing it and you'll get better at it. At least that's what I've seen from my little work experience. I do have one game on the mobile market that does well, although I haven't seen any revenue from it because my partner that I made it with doesn't talk to me. And you know, this game's got thousands of players. And he's supposed to give me, you know, royalties for it, but he says we haven't made over 100, and that was months ago. He told me we had 60, so I'm assuming we've made more money, but he's just lying to me. So, you know, if that's how he wants to play, then I'll just leave it in God's hand. I don't have time to sit here and try to sue someone because they don't want to be... Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I don't like saying things negative about people, but that's been my experience so far. So make sure who you're ever working with, you have something in line, because you got to watch out for your own butt. Load all the geometry. Pack geometry. So we've loaded all the geometry. We're saying for each. I wanted to say for each, throw in a stash. We're getting nothing in the stash. I don't get something until I do this, and I remove this from... maybe I can grab here. I don't know. Top geometry? What is top geometry? I don't even know what the heck that is. I got all this capture packed geometry. Unpack. Oh, you need a skeleton. That's lame. How to separate geometry. Oh yeah, you could split. That's what it is. Split. Primitive split. Then can I throw them in a stash? I wish it would let me like iterate through each one. Piece, block, end. If you merge them all together, you'll see them combined at the end, but I don't want that. I don't want that at all. You know? We do not want them merged. We do feedback by pieces or points, by count, by pieces, feedback. Doesn't do what we want. Primitives. We can't throw this into a stash. We want to split. I wish I could throw these into a variable. Yeah, but I don't want to merge it. I want to add it into a tile set. Create a 3D model tile set in Houdini. Udims with Vex.
So first I typed in I at udim equals at prim. However, udim start from 1001. So I just added 1001 to the at prim. Then if you go into the UV layout, toggle the target attribute under target assignment, which defaults to udim, and then go down to targets and choose pack into udims, you'll see every one of our sweep shapes has its own udim. It doesn't matter how large the UV is.
I don't want the udim tile. Oh my god. They're like, even here, wing tiles sample. What does 1 divided by 0 equals? See how Amin looks at me, chat? He doesn't think I don't know this. It's 1, dude. Jesus, this guy. This guy thinks I'm dumb. It's obviously 1. Right? Because anything divided by 0 is itself. It's as simple as that. He's like, what the? No, anything divided by 0 is 0, dude. You think that's stupid, huh? I mean, huh? You think I'm stupid? Huh? Oh, so these are named 0 to that, but these are also, I think, 1, 2. Yeah, see, there's only 40 something, 47. That's a smart way of looking at it, though. I never thought of it that way. I know that 1 divided by itself is 0, but 0 itself is a representation of like infinity, right? Because you start off at 0, and then no matter what direction you go in, it's infinite. That's why 0 is infinity, because it's that beginning cusp, I believe you would say. You can only go left or right. At least that's how I think of it. But looking at it from that perspective, we would just have the centerfold. So we have our primitive split here. But it's like, I don't know why we would need to do that, because there is primitives in here. There's multiple primitives in here. And it ends on the last one. It ends on platforms. So we know that we're coming through each one of these and grabbing them. But for each one, you know, like, how do we add that into a container? Container. A flip container. Vex. Vex. Labs. Vector field. Export. I'm going to be so annoyed if I have to bring each individual one in to the stash, because then it's like, if I go stash, right, and I add this in, we get 1 geometry. So what you're telling me is I would come in here and I would, for instance, okay, I think I know what it's saying. You can stash the bam, 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 bam. Why can't I find it? objects. For instance, let's just try it this way. Let's see if I do that and I stash the input. Okay, so we have all of these stashes now. 12, 13, we had one at 02. That's pretty crazy. And can I delete these? Can I stash these? Can I stash these? So this just loads everything. Wang. Bruce Wang. I know there's a way that guy did it, and he's like, I don't share that though. It's like, why not? Why not share it with the world? Tell me how you did it. So they have stashes, and they switch between the stash based off of what? Oh, that's true, because in this function, you have the ability to switch between 3 things. So that's what that is. And then they have attribute delete 18, which I'm assuming occurs. They're doing the and then they to align and distribute. I mean, let me see if that's even a thing. Ah. Ah. But what are these based off of? These got to be like a... How much smaller does it need to be? Holy crap. Like in comparison, guys. I mean, look at the comparison. Right now we have like a line and yeah, you know. Access a line. We just... You know, we can throw them down on a grid. The Z is changed. We could do center, right? No, we do the min. Okay. We definitely want it to be that. But we don't want to align and distribute these. That's something in here we can choose. So really what they're just doing is feeding that into this. And that's how they're getting those. But the thing is that those objects are 0, 1, 4, 7 all the way. Okay. Houdini tile. I think we figured big brain stuff out. If we can get the lists. He had a list. Now he must share the list with me. Amin, why no one write in Twitch? No one's showing up on Twitch today, man. It happens. Some days we get more people in here than we do others. You know, it's just a part of the game. Which is, you know, load image lists. But yeah, these guys are essentially, we just need to go back and watch to wherever he displays that video, right here. And then we do this. Snipping tool, baby. Sorry, kind of cringe. But you get the point. Dynamite 07. Houdini? I know, dude. I use Houdini too, bro. It's something I'm trying to learn. I don't use it for VFX, although I want to learn how to use it for VFX because the VFX are cool. But yeah, guys. So theoretically, right, if we look at the Wang tile set, we'll see that we are looking at this object with the names. We're getting the names, right? There's 47. 15. But if we were to just look at, all right, let's get rid of this. Right, we come back into here. We look at this in particularly. Where the heck did it go? Is it super small? It is super small. Dude, look, it's baby. How do you, okay, F. I have to go. Good luck with your game and the procedural generation. You have a great one, Amin. I appreciate you stopping by. You have a good night. Goodbye, and I'll catch you later. So yeah, theoretically, we just name these things. But it looks like we have to find a way to convert these, the scale down. Blender to Houdini scale factor. Everyone say bye, Amin. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. Bile. Stay. I was thinking for coming by and staying a while. Man. ADHD, guys. It's a thing. 1 unit is 1 meter. Is on par with Houdini. 100, which is correct. Why is that one? Houdini. 1 centimeter. So we have to divide whatever we have in Blender. Let's look. It would be 0.01 for that, right? To convert this from a meter to a centimeter. Have I tried other modeling software? I have. Cinema 4D. I've tried Maya. Not too much. I've played around in Cinema 4D for a while, but just not my thing, man. I really vibe with this song. I can't believe I haven't. I think I actually have. Yeah, I have. Why? What have you tried, Corey? I really like Blender. It's free, and I've paid a lot of money for stuff on it. So it's like I kind of have to use it at this point. There's no going back. It's the point of no return, man. It is the point of no return. Okay. file. And bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum 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 bum. Bum ba-dum. That's my favorite part of that song, is just that little subtle. No, we don't want that. Okay, so that did kind of work, right? We are way better off than we were, but... And by the way, guys, if you're not at the current area in the stream, if you've loaded back in, it looks like YouTube doesn't bring you to the current timestamp in the stream. So make sure you drag that over, because I'll be reading your comments and replying, and it'll be like 20 minutes until you get a reply from me. And then it's another 20 minutes until you say something, and then another 20 minutes for my reply. So make sure you have that. So it looks like we have to go. I mean, that's pretty crazy that I've almost exactly 1-for-1 have this set up. But it looks like what we're gonna have to do. Can we just get the freaking translate tool, please? Because we have this. I used Blender for a year. I still use it since I'm comfortable with it, but I've been training with Maya for 6 months, and I'm forced to use 3D Max for my school projects. That's a good thing, though. Just knowing your options and how to depend, because from what I know, some different studios have different softwares that they'll use, and they'll make you come in and use that software. I had a conversation with one gentleman. I won't mention where he works, but they use Maya, and from what I know, he's like, yeah, we don't care as long as it can export to FBX. I was like, yeah, it does that. So as long as it's got FBX functionality, I think you'll be okay. But for safety reasons, you're probably going to want to have those things. So first of all, we're going to want these to rotate differently. And we're going to want them to be cut off at a certain point. I wish I could import those into here so I can have like a real idea of how to handle these things. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Increments. We won't need those. They're just not applicable anymore. We will have to take these. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one. Because we'll need, if we're looking at this, Houdini, right? And we go into the wave collapse function. Out of 3, I prefer Maya out of the 3, but Blender is still great to use. Just some extra steps, more than Maya. I'm still trying to get comfortable with 3ds Max, though. Really, what are the extra steps that you have to take? I know they have some really cool functionality in it, so. But yeah, this looks like we're getting about the right size. So we'll have to, like, I don't know, scale this by what, negative 0.01? Probably not 0.01. Divide by 0.1. I could be off by a lot. Let's I'm just trying to get the geometry. Yeah, it's looking way better. A little off, right? We're going to have to drag up probably one more iteration on this, but that's about the right size. I just want to make sure. There's probably a way better way to do this, so if you know, please tell me. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing this like an ignorant person, so because it's the best I can do. Let's go ahead and set that origin there. Let's export this again, re-import it. Is there a re-import button in this? Probably not. File, import, FBX. But yeah, guys, when we are in the future, when we are out for Christmas break, which is going to start tomorrow at about 1 o'clock, right? I'm going to be working on this. So one thing it looks like I'm going to have to do is probably, because the way this works is we have a box. So let's go ahead and make that box in Blender. Mesh cube. Can I change the metric system in here? I forgot how to do that. It's like a world setting or something. Yeah, I get it. By default. Where the heck do you click that though? You freaking stinker butts. Oh my gosh. Units. Okay. World. Volume. Viewport details. Custom properties. New. This is stupid. Oh, it's there. That's why. Metric. We're in the metric system. Length meters. I want centimeters. Yeah, which means on export, I don't think we'll have to do the thing, but it's kind of weird. Like if we come into here and look at Houdini and we compare our model size to what we actually have. I mean, it fits great, but it looks like a cube. In Blender, it's just going to look like I've gone ahead and done this. Let's do face. Or not face, what am I thinking? Vertex. Just like minor steps, like in Blender, you have to use loop tools, or maybe you have to push some extra key binds, but I personally feel like the workflow is more intuitive and faster. True. I'll have to give it another go at some point. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to freaking export this. And I'm going to put this back to 1. And I'm going to click export. Honestly, though, it might be still different because yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Import geometry combined. I also find it annoying always having to apply scale, checking face orientation, stuff like that. No, I agree. I agree with that sentiment. That is one annoying aspect to Blender, but Maya's just too expensive for my taste. Sadly, it's too expensive for me. I mean, how much is it for monthly? Like if I were to say monthly, or let's just go to Maya. Autodesk Maya. 1 year, guys, $1,875 for a month. It's $235, right? Flex. What is this? Maya cost 6 tokens / a day. You get 100 tokens. 16 days. So it's 6 days a token. The heck is this, dude? What type of crackhead? Yeah, see, I just don't subscribe to this. Like, I get people got to make money, but the hell, $235? Is there an indie? Is there an indie license or something of that nature? I mean, it has great results. Like, I'm not hating at all, but, you know, see pricing options. That's a lot of freaking money. $305 a year? Maya indie license. Okay. Do they take away some features? Are you eligible? Yeah, I make less than that by a lot. 305, that's not bad. That's not bad. 305 for a year, that's not bad. But with that being said, that much for a month? If you make over that, what the heck, dude? It's like you better be modeling every day. You got to model every day. There's just no way that it's viable if you don't. If you're not modeling every day, then what are you doing? But yeah, that's coming in about the right size, wouldn't you say, guys? But it looks like it's a little bit bigger than I anticipated. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add another cube. I'm going to prop this up. Right? I'm going to scale down. And I'm going to make the freaking origin the 3D cursor. I'm going to scale this down. How the heck does it not fit into that demographic, bruh? Bruh. I can't believe I'm being this dumb right now. Oh, by the way, guys, we've made 100 messages. I still want to keep Blender under my belt in case if I'm in a situation where I can't have Maya. I'm fortunate now to have a student free license. Ooh. Student free is where you need to be, Corey. Yeah. Then after that, sorry, your company will take care of it, right? But I think I will be using Blender for anything in the future for my own purposes. Even if the studio goes well, I think people will be using Blender at it. Just because, yeah, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, my friend. Actually, let's keep this reference cube here untapered or untouched. We'll duplicate that. We're going to save that. Then we can just come in here and do this. And actually, that'll be that one will be the one. Reference cube. By the way, excuse me guys for sneezing. I do gotta say Blender is good at UV unwrapping. It's easier to get into than other softwares. Yeah, especially if you get like Zen UV Pro. Works miracles, my friend. Miracles. Right? Why are you doing this to me? Let's go ahead and delete that. Yeah. So with this tile set, we're going to have to create a couple of these, I think, 4 altogether. Let's do bottom. I mean, probably want to get rid of all these other ones. Right here. Get these to vertex. And I don't know, it comes out, doesn't it, guys? From what we've seen. Yeah, it comes out. So, Jesus, I have too many buttons. Yeah. So this will essentially be the tile that's used for the bottom tile. We'll actually have to name this something else. We'll have to figure out the naming convention, which I idiotically held in front of. Why are you so small? Give me zoom abilities. Okay. Paint. Paste. And now we can see with our eyes unclouded by pixels. I do gotta... Okay, yeah. Have you seen Zen UV wrapping, my friend? Corey? Corey. So this one is a 31. 2255 is empty. So for 255, we got to do like, let's take our reference cube. No, not that one. We got to take the reference cubes. Duplicate it. We got to duplicate it. Bottom. Or no background. Or we got to call this 255. Right? And we literally just delete everything in it. And that'll still be an object. It's just empty. So when we bring it in, nothing will be there. However, when it comes to this stuff, we'll need to emulate these things, right? So we have 31. We have 17. That's rather interesting. So we've made 31. I don't know how 31's going to look per se. So let's name this one 31. And just test this freaking theory out. Right, guys? We're going to go ahead and select the things. And we're going to import them. And we're going to file, we're going to import new geometry, we're combined tile set, and there we are. Right? If we click here, or we go here and we go, what, at name? I think that's it. Yeah, name, we get that. When we select here, we see all the ones here. If we go to object, oh, it doesn't have the object. There's nothing there. That's ridiculous. When I've obviously exported it. Was there like no geometry there? Maybe I put a freaking single vertex and then just delete them. I delete the 25s. I exclude them from the list. Regardless, let's just see what happens when I plug these in. Test tile set. I don't know. Test geometry, test simulation. How do I get the parent? Parent joints. Parent primitives. Primitives. It doesn't look like you. I'm trying to figure out how do I feed into this, and I thought you would just input that into there. Or maybe we get input. Output. Yeah, we have an output, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves an output, but we don't have ourselves. Maybe we got to do that in here, huh? Output. Yeah, we got to have an output, guys. Our tiles. But we also probably want to UV them. UV for me. Give me the option, please. UV. Where's UV unwrap there? Dude, check out how quick these. Check out how quick this gets UV'd and unwrapped. We're looking at it now. Look at it now. Boom. Check that out, Corey. Look at that. Oh, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome, guys. Input. Output. Parent. Let's see. Test. Labs test geometry. Paul. Oh, that's just. All right, I guess we just disconnect. How do we get an input into here? MISC. Create input. Create input node or get Moving between the container objects. Selection mode, switch between object mode and da da da. Jump icon, da da da. They have a path gadget. Oh. Parameters. Do they have a geometry I can throw in here? Geometry. Node properties by type. No, they have a UV. I can input a UV. I can't input a geometry. Duh. Geometry. Tile. Geometry. Geometry. Label. Tile. Geo. I don't know. Apply. Accept. Oh. Edit parameter interface. Channels. Menu. Import. Action button. Import menu channels. I feel like I should just be able to put something in here now. This is ridiculous. No. Oh, we put our headset in. Sorry, guys. I'm making a lot of ruckus over here. We got geometry data. Accept. This is annoying. This is ridiculous. I just want to test this, dude. This is too over convoluted. I should be able to just drag tiles in here or make a property. I'm thinking that's like what I'm supposed to do, so it's kind of cohesive. Parameters, preview. Edit. And the only thing I can do, or feel like I can do, is make a new. Is create this. Name it something. I can't even do that until this is done. Just a bunch of loading, just a bunch of testing. I don't know. Wave, collapse, bunk. Add branch to namespace. Yeah. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I added that and it never came up. So hopefully it comes up this now. Tile, geom, the tree. I don't know. How do you get access to that information though? Jesus. This is kind of annoying. I just want to test one freaking thing, man. And it's like, oh, you can't drag it in here. You can't drag it in here. It's undraggable. This is making me very mad. Very mad. Because I just want to drag it in here, man. What's the deal? Why won't you let me drag this in here? Why can't I just drag the geo or put a geo thing on this? I gotta go through some long tutorial on how to do this. Over convoluted. Long over convoluted. Working with objects. I don't think that's gonna give me the answers. How to use my own 3D models in Houdini. It's possible because the other guy did it. Hopefully something comes out of this. This is getting aggravating.
Alright.
Importing. I know how to import. Lock model. I don't want to lock the model. Do you need to lock the model? Puts a quick material on it. Okay, I get that, but I guess the question isn't really, yo, what up, Amin? How's it going, my friend? I thought you were getting off for the night, man. I guess the real question, how to have geometry nodes interact with each other, Houdini. That's actually sounds like a pretty interesting video. I'm back. That's good to hear. I thought you were gone.
Geometry for in this part we call
All right, dude. I just
can
want
turn
to
these
see
points
how you
into,
take the geometry from one geometry node into another geometry node. It's quite simple. And you think I could just import the thing and get the thing, but it's not doing that. It's just, did it say export at the end there? I went like that, did that. Let's bring this in. And this is completely off, by the way, guys. So you think you would just click this in here, right? And now you could just do something in here, right? To drag that in. That input. You type like input or something. Pack inject. Is that what it is? Target primitives. Source primitives. Pack inject. What does this do? Pack source and replace. Geometry. Convert. Add. Imported geometry. This might be the one. But it's OBJ. Maybe I need an FBX. FBX importer. They have archive importer, skin importer, character importer, animation importer. They have everything besides geometry importer. And then when you look up tile sets, people want to talk about UVs. Okay, I get it. I'm getting frustrated right now because this shouldn't be this complicated. It shouldn't be this complicated at all. Import FBX using Node and Houdini. Import FBX. Watch it. Click in file. Import. Yeah.
File menu.
I just want to do something very simple. Very, very simple. It should be the simplest thing I could possibly do in this program. I just want this, right? Sorry, not that. I just want this. That's probably why. If it is, I'm going to cry. But I just want my geometry node. Drag it in here. Whatever this is, I don't know. Come in here and be like, parent or something. Or even drag the geometry in here using an importer. It looks like I can do it with OBJ, but I can't do it with an FBX. If I do it with an FBX, I get everything I want besides the thing I want. I get animations, characters. I get the skin importer. What do you mean, skin? What's the difference between an FBX character and FBX skin? They have the same logo. That's so confusing. Gotta go. Have a good rest of the day. See you later. Peace out, Ria. Thanks for stopping by. We have FBX output, which is nice. But we want to import. God. And the worst part is this guy has it, so we know it's possible. Not him. He's got this working great. Thank him for making this video, by the way.
First up, we've got.
Okay, I don't care.
Decoder, and you will see here it's.
I get we want to decode, but I don't know why you wouldn't tell us how to import our own stuff. It's probably his own geometry that he's using, but even then.
this. And you can use this in here as well.
Maybe if I just make it into a tool, because at the end of the day, I can just... Because... Wait, maybe that I'm in here now, I can just go wave. Could have sworn once you make something like this, it like changes it into an asset that you can use. Raleigh dev, current HIP file. Wave function. Oh man. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Have the most happiest thoughts. Drag and drop in there. No. Yeah, this is absolutely hilarious. I don't know why they didn't incorporate this. It just doesn't make sense. It should be very easy. We have a parent object. Or, sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm just getting so flustered at the moment because I just don't know how to get this done. It should be so dang simple, and it's not. Subnetwork input. Where is the subnetwork input? See, in here, if I were to go to Windows or what is it, assets, or even in here, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to take one quick second to just try to collectively calm myself. This is one of those bang your head against that. I got to undo that and redo all this. Oh my God, man. I need a break. I need a break. If you want to use it, you got to throw it in a stash, and you got to take that stash and throw it in another stash, and then you go inside that stash and you throw it into a subdivider stash. Should be so easy for me to do. Drag pin in here. Have access here. I could have sworn, didn't I add a edit? Let's go to preference. I don't know where to access this freaking thing at. Edit, assets. Edit assets property. Tile geo. Geometry data. It should take a type geometry data. We click apply. Okay. Where is the geometry data? Where do I add that in? No one knows. It does not exist. It is not here. All right. I don't know what to do. So can I just delete the asset? Can I unpackage the asset and delete it? Because it's pointless at this point. Yeah, I'm going to sing my favorite song, man. It's going to be the Why Is This More Difficult Than It Needs to Be? I should just be able to import my files and do this instantly. I guess I'll go online and look through 300 threads just to find out that it was one singular node. But even then, I can't. I can't do it. I know you can drag stuff like this off. Okay, yeah, you can. You can change stuff like that within it by doing that. But regardless, we should have access to the geometry that we've imported. Extract all points, bound, polygons, points, packed primitives. What's a packed primitive? Maybe we need to pack it up. That's what it is. Pack the primitive. Oh yeah, it was funny. Are you getting a kick over there for my suffering? I'm happy to hear that something good's coming out of this. Pack primitives express a procedure to generate geometry. That's how flustered I am. I can't say anything. The purpose is to decrease the amount of memory used when interacting with Houdini by reducing duplication and only loading information when necessary. In memory packed primitives. Okay, so let's try packing this primitive, and maybe that'll give me access to the primitive. Let's see, file, import. My brain's turning into mush. It's not learning. And that's so, I went like this, and look at that. Look, does anyone see that? Look at that. Bug. I'm joking. Unreal Engine, Houdini tools. So how's your day going? Or night, I should say, I mean. Hopefully it's all worth it. Choose geometry, objects. Where the heck? I'm in models. Object. File. Import. Edit. File. Import. Geometry. D. Nazareth Studios. All the folders are blending together at this point, chat. World, objects, fencing. It's because it's set to OBJ. For some strange reason, I think people are playing with me right now. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop playing with me, bros. Okay? This is not funny. Thank you for reminding me, Amin, that you're the only one watching. Okay, I get it. All right, man? People don't want to see me getting angry like this. But I can't help but get angry. I'm a human. And this stuff frustrates me, man. It should be simple. It should be super simple. I don't know why it's not simple. Maybe I need to pack it first. Pack properties. Pack them. Pack, yeah. But now what does that happen? Pack. Tile set. pack. Display full geometry. Now, if I look at it, we get that. We get this. Obviously, we want to use a UV node here. UV node. Node. Pi? I don't know why. I don't know pi. I don't know why. To me, I think it's funny. No one likes it when I get angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Centroid for the pivot point. I want it to be the origin. Why you don't do tutorials? Parameter. I'm not gonna give it a name. So we have 31, 31 name. I don't know. I just think tutorials are like cliche. It's something it's something people do, and it's taking me off of the game, right? You're not ready for that, right? I don't know what I'm ready for, man. Whatever the Lord says I'm ready for. It could be I'm not ready for it. I've thought about it, but I just don't see a point in doing it. It would just take me off the project, and I'm trying to make a game. I guess it's good for marketing purposes. I like to do shorts for those. Come on, man. Origin, transfer attributes, the name. Sweet. Okay. But now that it's packed, what do I do from here? Is it packed? Can I get access to pack? Pack folder. Packed points. Pyro. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. Merge packed. Get packed. How do I get the freaking stuff that I threw in here, dude, to use in this? I have to go into a geometry node to do this. I don't want to use Wang's tile set. I want to use my own tile set. It should be easy, guys. Pip, what is your problem? What type of crack did you smoke today, bro? You've been having the zoomies now for eons. What's going on? He's just wanting to mess with me. Collapse. Packed. Pack disk properties. Capture pack folder splits. Where do I get the objects? Oh my god. Object my thing. Oh my god, I gotta look this up. How to get imported geometry tree inside of another geometry node. Go to the geometry level of the object in which the geometry will be merged. Use the tab menu to create an object merge node. This is not import geometry from other objects. Merge. Use the tab menu to create object merge node. Object merge. Are you kidding me? Do I need to go like this and do merge? That's groom merge. Merge. Groom merge. No, they... Are you telling me I can use file? File. Are you kidding me? This is absurd. This whole time? Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Who's that guy who just spawned on your desk? It's my cat child, Pip. And it works, kind of. Oh, let's make a switch. All right, guys. We use file. That's not looking like it is working at all. Can we see what name? Display 3D island boundaries. Somewhere in the world. We can delete that. We figure it out, guys. I am so annoyed. Geometry. So, now we have this, which we have a name of this, 31. This theoretically, obviously it's going to change some things. But the whole point is that this should, 31, I guess what it is 31. Let's see if 30, that's a corner piece. So 31 is rotated wrong. Okay. So now we have a better idea of how to handle these things. It looks like 31 is to the side here. And this one is actually this one. But what is that one? What is that one? We have this one. We have 31, 124, 241, 199. And I'm assuming that that's because there's multiple types of these. So let's go into Blender really quick and try 124. And this is just us testing the system. Now that we've figured out how to import it after 5 years of suffering and pain and making a funny song. By the way, I'll probably capture that song and make a short out of it, just so you guys can know that development process is not always fun. Sometimes it's frustrating. And yeah. So yeah, they are being used in those particular situations. Reload geometry. Right. I didn't reload it per se. Or yeah, 124. Oh yeah, we just renamed it. It's renamed. We're going to go through and figure out what exactly this one's on. And we were right. 124. Right? And if we switch to 1... Oh, actually, 124 is the bottom. So, 31 top is... What is that? Side. Crap. I should make my own little thing for this. And then I'll make a tutorial on it for you guys. And then I'll put this so I know which one is which. But this one is S. Oh my gosh. SR. And that's going to be short for side right. Is that what you guys want? You want some tutorials? Hiya, Syntax. Nice to see you over there on Twitch. I love how, like, wherever I clicked, it's like SRs. 124. You know what? I'm going to make a documentation on here. So, tile set assistant 31 side right. 124 is bottom right. Bottom. So let's try 241. You're the only one on Twitch. That's not true. I mean, you're on there. You're on there. Don't lie to me, brother. Don't lie to me, brother. I know you're on there. Amin just likes, he's mean, man. He just likes to remind me of how many people are not watching me. Dude, you guys stop abusing me, bro. I'm a person with feelings. But yeah, let's go ahead and rename this. I'm joking, by the way. It's 124. Let's try 241. I think that's what it was. 241. We'll figure out which one that is. Obviously, we weren't smart enough to export it, but we're going to have fun here, ladies and gentlemen. Doing this over and over again. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Make sure to click the like and sub button, the notification bell if you would. I'd appreciate it. Join us. Be a part of the team, right? We're over here on YouTube. We're trying to make it to 100 subscribers by January. Before January. So if you haven't subbed over there, make sure to head on over to my YouTube, click the sub button, and yeah. That's side left. All right, 241. 241 is... God, I hate wires. 241 is side left, which means that this one, 213, or sorry, 199 is going to be bottom. So let's go ahead and rename this to, because we have to name these specific. Right? We have to name these specific to the thing. I sat here and made a funny song because I couldn't figure this out, Syntax. I was with Syntax. You are a person with no feelings, and I don't actually know what I am saying. You're a person with feelings, but without viewers. Thank you, Syntax. I appreciate you as well. You are all great viewers. I love you guys. I love you guys. But hey, look at that. It works. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now figured out the code to what we need to do. So now what does that mean? Well, it means that if this is the bottom, right? That is in bottom, that's top. My brain hurts. So I'm a person with feelings who has no viewers and my brain hurts. This is ridiculous. Okay, that's top. 124 is bot. Okay. So let's go to 124, right? We're going to make this the bottom one. First of all, we're going to get rid of all these. We're going to come in here like a G and just delete these instantaneously. Grab these points, snap them, grab these points, snap them. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this to the list. Wait, 255. It's supposed to be nothing there, right? Supposed to be nothing there. And you know, us having nothing probably means that it won't spawn nothing. So I'm wasting my time doing that. We got 191. Procedural generation. Yeah, I'm working on procedural generation. So if I come in here, syntax, switch this to 1, we're using a tile set to essentially create wave collapse function. You know, like imagine Judah running along this and, you know, stuff being spawned here, objects, obviously, you know. And, yeah, you do things. We're going to try it out, test it out for world building purposes and see how it works. We're using Houdini, so we're going to have to implement this into Houdini or into... We're going to have to implement it into Unreal. I can't brain. I have no brain. And I have a cat with the zoomies. Pip. Get out of here. Get out of here, Sneaky. Get out of here. I know you have the zoomies because you're flinching. Do you make 2D art? So yeah, you make 2D art because programming is done 2D. All right, so if 124 is the top, 199 is the bottom, then this one is going to be the left, right? How's that feel, syntax? You feel better now? Who feels like no brain now? Huh, buddy? Who feels like no brain now? Huh? Huh? $124, $241. Let's go to our handy dandy tile set assistant. Side left. 124 is bottom. 199 is top. Look, see, I almost made oopsie. 124 is bottom. This is side right. So side right is 32. Right, guys? And then the last one, which is this one here. I had like 50 viewers in here and they all left when I got angry. So never get angry, chat, at anything. Just always be happy. Even when things are going wrong, just smile. Life's being miserable. Okay. 124 bot side right, 32. We need 241. File, export, FBX, combined set, and then check this out, dude. I'm looking for someone because I'm participating in a game jam. 2D artist. No, I mean which game jam? All right. Now, if we file import, we reload the geometry. We got our geometry in here, boys. Check this out. Oh. Boo. And we're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there. Right, guys? Some things we got to make. some things we got to make. Where's my right pieces? Why aren't they spawning here? Shmee. They spawn here. Oh, they don't spawn there. Where is 32? Top, bottom. 32 is left. This one was working beforehand. What happened? They apparently have a Discord. There are probably a bunch of people in the Discord are looking for a team. There might be 2D artists in there. Yes, sir. But we have another issue, guys. Our side right is not working. We got side left working. Where's our side right? 32. 31. That's why. This is why you read 31. File, export, FBX. These, come in here. We're going to reload the geometry, and now it's fixed. Sweet. But, oh yeah, these are corner pieces. These are corner pieces. New collection. Top, bot, left, right. Then we can come ahead and close out those guys, right? You can come in here and duplicate this 1, 2, 4 times, 5 times. And then move these to a new collection corners. Okay. Get rid of that reference cube. And then we get to play the fun game of how do we get these other things to work. No, that's not what I wanted. I'm stupid. Why am I so stupid? I don't get stupid. Why so stupid? Don't comment on that, guys. I never said it. Okay. I don't want Syntax to say anything either, because I know he's got some smart comment. He's gonna say something. Have you tried getting smart? Oh, Syntax, you are testing my patience. Someone time him out, dude, for a second, bro. You should give it a go sometime. I tried, dude. I read a book. I read one book. It just wasn't for me. The book was hard. It was hard. There needs to be like a reference thing. Bottom, top, or top, bottom. Handy dandy helper. Top, bottom. Bottom is 124. See you guys. Which means that this guy's top left. Which means, right, because we got our corner pieces. And honestly, we're gonna need these. We're going for corners. I too was stupid once when I was 2 years old. Maybe you'll be smarter than I once was someday. I can only imagine what it'd be like. Ask in the Game Jam Discord if any artist is looking for a programmer. Okay. All right, we have 7, 28, and 121. So now we get to have the fun experience of going through this and figuring it out ourselves. So let's come in here and go corners. Long. We're going to have 7, 28, 112, 193. We got corners short. Yeah, they have a ton of these, bro. They have a ton of these. But I believe it's 127. 253. 247. There's 41 of these things, guys. So I just want you to know that if I do this, I better get a lot of love and hugs and support from everybody. Bud Light, check DMs. Boom, boom. Oh. Good for them. Ah. These are like storybooks though. It looks like. And they do have games. But it's like a subscription plan. Benjamin, Heroes of Rim, Maple, Forest of Words. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff here. Thank you. Who knows, maybe. You won't get any from me. What the heck, Syntax? I thought we were friends, dude. I thought we were friends, my friend. This is ridiculous. We're going to go File, Export, FBX. We'll do Visible Objects. Ding, 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 ding. Never hurts to network. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I want to kind of keep things on the DL from people of that nature, like until later on. Because, yeah. I don't get paid nearly enough to be your friend. You don't need to be paid. Dude, you're supporting me well with just being here. I just want hugs, dude. You got a problem with hugs, bro? Is that what you're telling me? Huh? You have a problem with hugs? That's top right corner. Top right. Top right. 7 is top right. Let's try 28. Here we go, guys. We get to play the figure it out until you get it game. 28. File. Yeah, File, Export, FBX, Visible Objects, Reload. That is bottom right. Bottom right. 112. 112. File. Export. FBX. All those. What did you do today? I literally... Top left. There we go. Top left. Honestly, that should be... I should be doing top right on this. It looks like, though. Top left, but we want to go through this and make sure we got all these 193 set up before we do anything. Reload. Geometry. There we go. Wait, what? That's top left. That's... So we were bottom left. Bottom left. This one's top left. Bottom or top left. Did you join the Discord server? Welcome back. Only my friends get hugs. Well, you're not my... Okay, I get it. I get it. Amin says, I'm back. Welcome back. Did you join the Discord server? Me, I haven't done a game jam in a while. Yeah, he did. He's joined. Pep! Relax, dude. I'm gonna throw you outside. He needs to go outside, guys. He's on crack. He's gotta be. This is top left. So that means this one here is going to be top right. Face. Face. Actually, we don't want to get... Yeah, we do. We want to get rid of all these things. Faces. Face. Top right. Use our handy dandy assistant here. 7. No. 7. Then once we get all that done, we can come in here and actually... Ooh, we don't... We didn't import them all. Bar XPX. And we can just keep reloading the geometry. And look at that. Boom. Boys. We're going to do bottom left here. Get rid of these guys. Do bottom left. Faces. Get rid of these guys. Add this. Come down. Come over here. Add those. Boom. Get rid of these. Faces. We're going to go file. Export. Actually, we have to do... We could have just done all of them. What the heck am I doing? I did top right, top left, right? Now I got to do bottom left, I think. Top right is 7. Top left is 193. So this is bottom left, which is going to be 112. And then this one here is going to be bottom right. And that faces. I do not miss creating tiles for procedural generation. I'm glad I'm not working on my procedural game anymore. You aren't a real game developer for doing procedural generations? Or are you calling out Syntaxed? What do you got to say to that, Syntaxed? We don't say those things in here, I mean. You're being mean. 28. If you have a game out that you've worked on, you're a game developer, whether you're a producer or not, right? So try to be respectful and mindful of other people in here. Jokes aside, it's all right to joke, but just don't make it a serious thing. Hey, check it out. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line. What's going on here? Like Scoob. Oh, that's why. But that's, oh, because that's double-sided. Huh? And this one's got a corner and a top. So we have a lot more to go. I think I'm going to do the top meshes here, like these, because they're easy to make. Literally just a top mesh, but we got to go in here. It is 0. So let's go ahead and make 0 really quick, guys. Let's reference that, do that, get rid of these, move that into a new collection top. Or, yeah, we'll call this top. I don't know. I don't care. And, you know, in here we can, I'm just getting the base stuff done, right? That's what this is all about. Dissolve vertices, rename this to 0, rename to 0. But yeah, we're just getting all this stuff fleshed out. Then after we get it fleshed out, we can start working on the pieces. And then from there, we can try to do some cool stuff. Let's come in here, reload geometry, and boom, bada bing. Now you can see the character can run around, move, right? Do stuff. But we should, I kind of want to make really quick. It's 152. Do this. We'll have this one and this one. And I think that's it. This new collection is going to be renamed side to side. I don't know. That doesn't really. Was that perpendicular? I'll just call them perpendicular sides. The procedural generation game was stopped mid-development because the artist stopped working on it, and then I slowly stopped working on it. I do low-key want to work on that game again because it was a cute game, but meh. You can always work on it again. Try to talk to that artist. Say, hey, I know it's been a while, let's work on it again. Amin says, I better talk here. You can talk anywhere, but, you know, no matter what, wherever you talk, someone will see you now because that chat at the bottom, right? So we have 17 and 68. Left and right, and we have in this one we have up, top and bottom. So let's go ahead and make those really quick. And just to make sure, I mean, I guess we could just come in here and figure out on our own accord. Faces. What am I doing? We're gonna do this singularly. These have to have insides. And it looks like they have to have outsides too. Right. 31. We got top 199. Top. So this is that. And this means that these right here are the left and right. So this is 17. This one's going to be, let's change the name right now. 68. 68. Close. Close, bro. Close. Can he get into edit mode already? Jesus. I forgot the shortcut for that particular thing. Base. We're going to go ahead and get out of that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so this is, yeah. Let's go ahead and get all these bad boys introduced. File, export, FBX, game file set. We come in here, do this, we reload, and just like that, guys, we've started to accumulate some things. Check it out. And we've taken out the back layer. Like I said, we'd be able to, right? We just don't include that tile one. I don't really have contact with her anymore, and I feel like it would be weird to be like, hey, want to continue this project after a year of not talking? Find a new artist. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. I know Rhea. She's a great artist. You might want to talk to her. She's fabulous at what she does. So, you know, might want to give her a shot. But yeah, we're doing a couple things here, guys. We're taking in a file. We're remapping the UV. It's actually working pretty good. Once we get that, we can pull it in and test it out. Once we get all these done. With that being said, let's start looking at some of the other things that we're lacking. So let's start doing these end caps. Like these. Was there left, right, up, down? Left, right, up, down. And let's go ahead and save these. We're going to need 4 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go and maneuver these over to a new collection. Dead ends. Oh, Rhea is busy. I told her to help me, but she just said she can't. That's true. That's true. Yeah, she's got a very busy lifestyle, which I'm trying to implement in my own life, guys. Because, yeah, I don't feel like I am too busy. Dead and boom. We got 1. We've got 4. We got 16. We got 64. Yeah, after this, I'll probably make a tutorial on this so people know how to do it and they're not sitting there for 5 hours trying to figure out how to do it. Because who knows? There's probably someone out there just as stupid as I am, and they would like someone to tell them, oh, you just use the file node instead of like some weird convoluted other node. See, I overcomplicated the process, and it was a lot more simple than I thought it'd be. That's my fault. I'm stupid. So this looks like the bottom one. So let's start off with 1 from the top. And I hate doing that because this typically means that it's upside down. Let's go to the left, right. I think 124 is bottom. Yeah, so we're in the right direction. So let's do bottom. Yeah. Face. Let's get rid of all these. And this. Ooh. Did I really do that to the reference cube? Jesus. Go away, reference cube. And now I gotta figure out where the tops are again. That's the bottom. We got this one here. Face. Now we get to play. How do we figure this out again? You know what? I'm done procrastinating. I'm gonna get some snacks and start up the procedural generation project again. BRB in 3 minutes. That's good. I am the only one watching. Thank you, Amin. I appreciate it. You don't have to tell me every time, man. Golly. Golly. So let's go ahead and figure out which ones these are. Let's turn these all back on. File, export, FBX, all of them. Right. Come back into Houdini. Switch this back over here. Then we come in here, we click reload geometry. This is the right. So, did they actually just use a block for this? That don't seem smart. They just use a block? Ooh. I guess we could delete the interfaces. But it's like, people aren't going to see that anyways, so why does it matter if there's not a block there? I'm the only one watching, but I have to go. No. All right, man. See you around. You have a good one. Thank you for stopping in multiple times and just being a good viewer, dude. You're awesome. Sorry, this stream, I'm not good at world building, or I overcomplicate it, so that's a me thing. Apologize for getting upset. That's right. That means I must have gotten something wrong somewhere. Yeah, that's bottom. So why is this one working like that? And honestly, I could just do this. And name this 4. But we wouldn't know exactly what it is. So we want to figure out exactly what it is. So let's go for file, export, FBX. Wait, we want to do all of them. File, export, FBX. Yeah. And here, reload geometry. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it shifted. It's somewhere else. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. Oh, right here. That one should be bottom. 4 is bottom. But I guess I must have something mixed up somewhere. I don't know. But let's change this to 16. File, export, FBX. And then we're going to re-import. Re-import. Yep, this is a left. Left, which means this is top. Right. So in Blender, after I do this, I gotta go, guys. Actually, I gotta go right now. I gotta put on pants. So I will catch you all later. I'm sorry to cut this short, Syntax. I know you kind of just got in, but I wish you luck with reapproaching your procedurally generated game. Please make sure to showcase it in the Discord. Yeah, I apologize, man. I really like hanging out with you too, so I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer and talked and chat, but it's 2:05. Daughter gets out 2:30, so well 2:20ish. So I got to rush over there. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, whatever you have right now, share it because I would love to see it. All right. But yeah, I gotta go, guys. So with that being said, if you haven't subbed already, if you haven't followed already, please make sure to do so. It really helps the channel. On top of that, you know, we're trying to build a community here, you know? So if you haven't, click the notification button. For those of you out there who have followed and I didn't see, I apologize. If your account is private, I can't see it. So shout out to you guys. Other than that, man, I'm bouncing out. I got to go pick up my kid. I'll talk to y'all Wednesday, and that's going to be a short stream, like 2 hours. And then I won't be back on until Tuesday after Christmas. So if you want to catch me before the holiday, please make sure to tune in tomorrow, 10 a.m. PST here at the channel. Other than that, guys, see you later. God bless. Jesus loves you, and I'll see you tomorrow.